Are you curious about Dungeons and Dragons? Do you wonder what the fuss is about and want to jump in, but you aren't sure where to start? Well, wait no longer. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through a character creation and give you some great resources. So here we go. We are going to be using the website dndbeyond.com, and I'll walk you through beginning to end. To make your character on D&D Beyond, you will need a few things like imagination, dice, a player's handbook, and a mobile device or computer, and an internet connection. A few resources that you should definitely check out are the dndbeyond.com/essentials website. It's great for more than just making characters, and you can also find a copy of the basic rules for Dungeons and Dragons at this link. So, let's get started. First, you're going to go to dndbeyond.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you should see a link that says register. Click on that link. It should take you to a site to sign up for your account. If you don't already have a Google account, you need one of those first. If you have an account, click on Sign In with Google. Sign in using your Google account information and click Next. It should take you to this page where you create your own username. This is something that you can make up and make silly or really whatever you want, but it has to be unique. So make your username up and click on Create My Account. After you create your account, you should see something like this on your screen. Go to the top left side under Creations, and in the drop-down menu, choose My Characters. This should have an option in the middle of the page that says Create a Character. We're going to make a standard character. When you get here, you'll see lots of options. Don't worry about those right now, just stick with the defaults. You can always go back and change things later, including the name of your character. This one, I've decided to call Librarian of the Stars. If you look to the right, you will see an arrow. When you are ready, click the arrow to go to the next page. You should be on the Choose Your Race tab. From here, you can look at all the different races available to you to choose from. I'm going to choose a gnome. Then the drop-down box comes up with additional options, and I choose a rock gnome. Each race has its own abilities and bonuses that are built into the race, so different races work well for different classes. So here we are on the rock gnome page. You can click on every race to see what each one is before you make your final choice. Each race also has a details page that tells you more about the race. Next, we decide what class we're going to be. If you click on each class option, it will give you a little detail about what the character does. This is where that player handbook comes in handy. It's better to look over each class in there and then make your choice. So just to make things interesting, we're going to choose to make a wizard. A wizard is a spellcaster. You will see that the Confirm Add Class window pop up, and this gives you a little more information about the class. Once you make your choice, the next screen should have some menus that have exclamation points on them. Those mean you need to choose something from those drop-downs. For our wizard, we need to choose some skills. Skills are used in Dungeons & Dragons to decide how successful you are when you are trying to do something. Each skill is assigned to an ability. More on that later. To see a list of skills and what they do, there's a good website that lists them, dndwiki.com. It has a good explanation of each skill and a list of the skills. We're going to choose two skills, Arcana and Insight. Now we talk about ability scores. These numbers will determine almost everything about this character. There are 3 ways to do the ability score creation: manual, which is my choice, standard array, and point by. We'll start with manual. First, you need to have 4 d6 dice. Roll those dice and drop the lowest. Then add the number up and you got your first ability score. Do this 6 times. So after I did this, I got these numbers. These are very good numbers. I really wish all my rolls were this good. From here, you choose which number goes into which box depending on what is most important to your character. Intelligence and wisdom are both really important to wizards, so we put our highest 2 numbers there. The next highest number we'll put in dexterity, because a higher dexterity means you have a higher armor class. Next, we'll put that one into constitution, because that gives you more hit points. Then you can decide where to put your other 2. I chose to make strength my lowest number, because my wizard shouldn't have to ever use his strength for anything. As you plug in these numbers, you will see that they go into the boxes below, and it automatically tallies all the race bonuses you have to get your final scores. With Standard Array, you get the numbers 8 through 15 to plug into your ability scores. That's it. You just get those numbers. Not much fun. So with Point Buy, all your scores start at 8. You have a certain amount of points to spend in each slot to make it the number you want. The higher the number, the more points it takes. Now you choose your background. Backgrounds give you great ideas about your character's backstory and history. Who is he and where did he come from? Since my character is a librarian, we're going to say that his background is an alkalite. Each background you choose will let you look at it and read about it until you decide which one you want for sure. Once you make your choice and go to the next screen, you will see another exclamation point, and you get to choose 2 more skills. Make sure you don't choose the same ones you already chose. I chose religion and investigation. Next, I choose the languages my character speaks. All characters speak common unless otherwise stated, and each race has their own language. So my gnome knows Gnomish, common, and I get to choose another, so I choose Elvish and Primordial. You may not get to choose any different languages. It depends on your background and class. Next, you scroll down and choose what your character is going to be like. You choose 2 personality traits, 1 ideal, 1 bond, and 1 flaw. You can use these as a sort of jumping off spot to create your backstory. Next is alignment. Is your character mean or nice, happy or sad, law-abiding or all about breaking those rules? Alignment deals with this. You can do a general Google search for alignments and get a few ideas of what they each mean. I chose chaotic good. Next, you choose your physical characteristics. Remember, you can make your character look any way you wish as long as it mostly stays in the general characteristics of the race. Gnomes average about 3 feet tall and weigh about 40 pounds. I can't make my gnome a giant gnome and say he's 6 feet tall and weighs 500 pounds. Use your imagination to make your character look like whatever you want. Next is notes, where you will fill in your backstory if you have one, or if you don't, that's okay too, but it's really best if you have some idea where your character came from. It can be as detailed or as vague as you want. Next, you choose your equipment versus gold. I usually choose equipment because it's easier to figure out in the beginning. Once you choose equipment, a few more windows will pop up with choices for you. Once you get those chosen, click on the Add Starting Equipment button. Open your Inventory tab and scroll down to your weapon or armor if you chose any. There should be a button beside it that says Wield, so click that so that you get the benefits of that item on your character sheet. Now you are finished with basic creation. So view your character sheet. D&D Beyond automatically plugs in all the data you told it throughout the process, and now you have a character sheet for your character. Since I made a wizard, I'm not finished yet. I need to choose some spells. Go to the Spells tab and choose Manage Spells. Choose Add Spells. Wizards can learn 3 cantrips and 6 level 1 spells. Learn doesn't mean prepare, so you prepare 5 out of 6 of those spells. Magic is confusing, so I don't recommend starting with it. I chose my spells, and now they pop up on my Spells tab. If you choose the spell, it will open up another small window that has all the information for the spell, including the damage. There are little boxes on the right-hand side of the spell name and the word cast next to each spell, unless it's a cantrip. All magic users have strict limits on spell casting per day, per 8-hour rest period. This wizard can only cast 2 level 1 spells a day, out of any of the ones he has prepared. Cantrips are different. Cantrips don't use a spell slot, which means they can be casted over and over without taking any spell slots. We'll stop there for now. Make sure you explore information about your character and think about where the character came from, the backstory. I'll give you more information in another tutorial. Have fun and remember to use your imagination.